Hello guys, what is up? I can't imagine how shitty I probably look right now. I'm so sorry. I've been through hell and back. But before I get to the story, let me remind you guys, if you like my videos and you like what I do, you go ahead and you can support me in the description down below on my Ko-fi page. And if you like my videos, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now let's get right to the story. Why didn't I upload a video yesterday? Well, I didn't upload a video yesterday because I almost died yesterday. Me and my family got lost on a hiking trail just yesterday, and it was horrible. I was thought I was gonna die. We almost actually died because half of our phones didn't work half the time, and it was just lucky enough that me and my dog had the courage to just keep pushing to finally make it out. So my mom and my dad, they're currently camping out on a lake. And so I went out there one night to go spend the night. I went to go spend the night in the RV because ever since I moved away to college, my parents have been so clingy to me. They're like, we want to see you. My parents have been so clingy to me. They want to just see me. They want me to come visit. They just want to hang out with me. It's weird. So I went to go spend the night with them, and then it just so happened that the next day they were going on a hiking trail by the lake with their friends, aka my aunt and uncle, but they're not aunt and uncle by blood. They're my aunt and uncle because my dad used to be in a bike club, and they used to take care of me and my sister, so we just consider them our aunt and uncle, but in no way, shape, or form related. Not even same skin. My aunt is white, and my uncle, he's black, but no way related are we. And so we decide that at 10 a.m., we meet up with them at the start of the hiking trail. It's called Dana Peak. So we meet up with them at the start of the hiking trail, and we get to the map, and we're deciding what trail to take. And we finally decide on the green trail. And you know you're on the right trail because the trees have arrows nailed in them, so you see, and the colors of the arrows. So we're following the arrows to determine that we're on the right trail. And eventually, we're walking and we're walking. And finally we hit a point where there's a log. This is where everything went wrong. So this is the moment everything went wrong. We hit a point where there's a log, and it looks like somebody cut it down or something, but it had an arrow on it. It had a green arrow on it. So we're looking at it, and it's the way the situation is there's this log turned over, and basically the arrow's just pointing back at us. So we genuinely don't know which way this arrow is going. But there's a path that goes straight but up, but it looks sketchy because it's it goes uphill, and two, it goes into trees. So we're oop, we don't know. And then if you look to the right, there's another path that's kind of pretty clear. It's a pretty clear path. It's a pretty wide path. So obviously we were we'll take the right path. So we're going right. And eventually we hit another map. After we get to the second map, we decided to keep going a little bit more, and we keep going, and we just reach the end, basically the end of the island, because then we see the lake again. So now we're back at a lakefront, but it's not like a lakefront where you're allowed to go camping or things like that. It's a hiking trail, so it's just a little piece of here's some open water, but then here's a bunch of tall grass on the side. So it's not really meant to be played around in or anything. It's just meant to walk, see it, turn around. So we get to there, and then we turn around, and for some reason my dad decides that it's a better idea if we turn to another trail to finish our current trail, because once we got to the map, we realized that we weren't even on the green trail anymore. So we were on the orange trail, which is, here's the mistake that we made. The orange trail is a bike trail. So we decide to finish on the orange trail. And so we're walking on the orange trail, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. And at a certain point, we're wait a minute, this isn't ending. And my aunt, she's, no offense to white people, but my aunt is white, so I feel she can't handle the sun as good as the rest of us. And mind you, the rest of us are dying. I have my dog. My dog has fur, and my dog is black. When we got to the lake, I let my dog drink water. Also, I brought water only for my dog. I didn't bring water for myself. We weren't prepared either. We weren't prepared at all. The only person that was prepared was Rebe, and that's just because as a dog owner, I have to make sure that my baby's okay. So Rebe is really the only one that had water and things like that. So she was kind of fine, but she's still she still has blisters on her paws from it and everything. I feel so bad for my dog. But yeah, so we're walking, and eventually my aunt, she starts needing to take breaks. So I'm like, I'm hot, so I get mad. Eventually I'm just mad, and I'm like, I just want to get off this trail. So I take Rebay and we walk ahead. So I take my mom's phone because I didn't bring my phone because this is my phone. So, you know, can you guys see this? I don't know if you guys can see, but it's cracked. My phone is cracked out the, like, ass cracked. And honestly, if my phone takes one more drop, that could be the final blow for my phone. So I decided to leave it in the RV. So I take my mom's phone, and me and my dog, we walk ahead because I'm like, well, if I can find an end, I can at least tell them, like, hey, there is an end. But I'm walking, and as I'm walking, the arrows stop. It stops completely. It's not even orange arrows at this point. It's just red tape around the trees, which should be a sign that, hey, maybe you shouldn't keep going, right? Well, no, because at this point, I've just walked too far to turn back. So I just keep walking and hoping. And it just reaches a point where I just get so hot that I just get so mad. And then my dog, Rebay, my poor Ray, Rebay is an energetic dog. Rebay is a runner. Rebay was, whatever breed she is, I don't know. Rebay was meant to run. I know that about my dog. And when my dog, my running hyperactive dog, decides that she wants to start taking breaks, that's when I'm like, oh my God, I need to get her out of here. I need to make sure that she doesn't get heat stroke, things like that. And she might have, because I was doing research, and she might have like minor heat stroke. She's not like gonna die or anything. She's perfectly fine, but she just doesn't feel that well. It hurts my heart. But so we're walking, and then eventually, like I said, I just get mad because it gets hot, and I can't see an end in sight. So at this point, I pull up my mom's phone, and I look at the GPS, and I'm just find the nearest road. So at this point, I get off the trail, and I just start walking through trees and grass and like bushes, and I'm like, Ray, man, as long as we get to a road, we're fine. But at a certain point, I keep like going through things, and I still don't see an end. So at this point, I just start breaking down. Like I just get emotional because I'm just like mad, and I'm trying to get my dog out of the heat. So I break down, and I call my sister, because my sister wasn't with us at the time because my sister had work. Well, she wouldn't have gone on hiking trail anyway. Actually, it's just not her thing. So I call her, and I'm close to a road because I can see on the GPS that I'm close to a road, but it's just so hot because you have to mind, in Texas it gets 112 degrees sometimes. So it was like 100-something degrees that day. Sun was just beating down on us. There was no trees to protect us with shade or anything. There's no wind. It's just dry heat. So I call my sister, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. So I guess I gotta say my goodbyes to you. So I'm like, ah. So I'm kind of joking at this point, because even though if I'm in a serious situation, I'm still the type of person to joke. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, I'm sorry. And so I was telling my sister, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, I'm so sorry. And she's like, you want me to come get you? And I was like, if you can find the nearest road, and if you can just walk out and just call my name or something. So thank God, because I finally, like, my dog, she just doesn't want to walk anymore. And she's not a small dog. And if I was picking her up at occasional moments, but my dog isn't a small dog, so I can't carry her the entire way. So I pick her up for a good majority of the time, and I'm like, we just gotta find the nearest road, Ray. And we're walking, and I just get too tired, and I just sit down. And my sister's like, well, we made it to the nearest road. And so my sister brings my friend too. So my friend and my sister, they're like calling me, and I hear them. And that's when I get like a second whim of like, I was like, oh my God, I hear them. So I'm screaming their names, they're screaming my name. So I'm screaming their name, they're screaming my name. And then at a certain point, I see, like, cause there's a hill in front of me, I see like somebody walk by, and I'm like, it's them. So I get like a second whim at this point, and I pick up my dog. And because the reason that I hadn't crossed, like I hadn't made it to the road before, was because there's a barbed wire fence and it's private property. Like there's people's houses. They're like rich people houses. So like they live on hills and things like that. So I didn't want to trespass and end up getting shot or something like that. And so I was always hesitant to cross it. But when I see like a glimpse of somebody, I pick up Ray and I hop over the barbed wire fence with her, and I'm like, all right, Ray, let's go, we need to find somebody. And then as I'm walking, I lose sight, and so then I get sad again, and I plop down on the ground, and I'm just like yelling their name, and then they're yelling my name back until they finally find me. And thank God, because they brought a bunch of ice and some water bottles for me and my dog, and then they're like throwing cold water on me, and they're like, come on, we gotta go, it's just right there. Like, they're telling me, they're like, the car is right there. But at this point, my parents have called 911. My parents, like, cause once I separated from my parents, cause I'm young, I can keep going. I've learned how to push myself to keep going and to survive. I'm a survivor. So even if I'm hot, even if my body was shutting down on me, but I was like, I have to make it out for the sake of my dog. So that's really the only reason that I kept going. So me and Reve were like super ahead. We didn't even know. I didn't even know where my parents were. I still, to this day, I don't even know where they were, but I had left them completely. So at this point, and then at one point my mom called me and was like, we called 911, and my parents keep trying to call me because they're worried about me, and because I'm mad, I feel bad. I apologize to them later, but as I'm mad in the current moment, I was like, quit calling me. I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna make it out, and then I'm gonna get help for you guys. Like, I have to get out myself, don't worry about me, because they were worried about me, and I was like, I can survive, like, don't worry about me. But who knows, I could have died. But they didn't know that. They didn't know that. So I'm like getting mad at them. I'm like, leave me alone, stop calling me. Like, I'll tell you guys when I reach a road, okay? Like, I'll call you when I reach a road, quit calling me. And at this point, they call me again, and I'm like, what? And they're like, we called 911. And I was like, okay, well, I'm almost to a road. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Like, my sister has found me. Like, I don't need 911. And you guys have to understand that personally, like me, as a young black woman in America, my last resort is 911. The last people I'm calling is 911. I will die before I call 911, because that's just how much I don't like cops, and that's just how much every situation that I've been in with the cop is never been good. Never my entire existence. Like, I'm only 18, but every experience I've had with a cop thought that I was lying, and they've accused me of something. I've been accused of shooting. I've been accused of, like, just being, like, I don't know, I was at Walmart one time, and I was just, like, chilling at the front of Walmart with my friend, and a cop comes up to me and is like, you loitering? Even though I had grocery bags in my hand, I was like, what are you talking about? So every situation I've been in with cops has never been good in my area. So personally, calling 911 is the last resort to me. I'd rather die before I call some cops to come save me. And so that's just my mindset, and I know it's not a good mindset to have, but that's just how the world is, and you know, this is just how it is. So I'm like, man, fuck 911. So, but then, because I have my mom's phone, I guess my mom told them about me too, because 911's calling me. And, well, not 911, but my local, like, police department, they keep calling, but I didn't know that it was them, so I keep hanging up, and I'm like, because I'm just trying to walk back. I'm trying to make it back to the car with my sister and my friend, and they're just like, it's just up the hill, but me and my dog are so tired. And poor Reve. Reve knows that all she has to do is keep walking. She doesn't know where she's walking to. She just knows she has to keep walking. And it's just the most heartbreaking thing to see your dog just be so, like, drained. Like, I've never seen Reve be so tired in her entire life. And that's what hurts the most. But so we finally, like, my sister and my friend, they're like, I keep taking breaks, but eventually, like, the second, like, it's like a hill. And the second I got up the hill, you can just see civilization. It was like hallelujah. Like, there's houses, there's cars, there's people, and the cops are there. So the cops finally show up, but they're no help, obviously. So they're there, and to be fair, I didn't give them a chance to help, but they finally show up after I already make it to the top of the hill. But the second I reach the top of the hill and I see my sister's car, and I'm like, I just gotta make it to my sister's car, I just start I start throwing up. And I just start throwing up. And the cop's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm trying my best to be like, yeah, I'm fine. Because I don't want him to like call an ambulance or anything. I don't want them to like try and take me to the hospital. I'm like, I'm fine. Because I'm still fine. Like, yeah, I threw up, but I'm fine. So I'm throwing up. And then eventually I'll like get back up and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm okay. And they're like, okay, so you're the missing person, right? And I was like, yeah, me and my dog. This is me and my dog. We're good. We're just gonna go home. So I finally get in the car with my sister and they take me home. And then later on, I get a call from my parents. My parents are like, yeah, we got rescued. And apparently they were just like, they had eventually found somebody's like back porch, maybe. That's what they said. They had found somebody's back porch. And they were just on somebody's back porch till the cops came and like saved them. Because they couldn't walk back to the car. Like wherever the car was, because we were stupid far from the entrance, so there was no way they could walk back to their car or the start. So they just stayed on somebody's back porch or something till the cops came and got them, and so they got rescued. And I eventually later I called them back and I was like, I'm sorry for yelling this and that. But yeah, it's crazy time. Thank you guys for listening to my story. I hope you really enjoyed it. I know I'm a terrible storyteller, so I know this isn't that good, but I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my videos, go ahead and like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share this video with your friends, and thank you guys so much. You guys are beautiful people, and I hope that you guys remember that every day is a blessing. And one day you could die heat stroke in the middle of the woods and no one would know. And that's just a crazy thought to think about. Never forget that your life is valuable.